Assalamu alaikum. Land Reclamation and Improvement course lecture. The lecture will focus on calcareous soil, its properties, and cultivation methods. Calcareous soil are widely spread in arid and semi-arid regions. Around one-third of the world's land surface are calcareous. In Egypt, around 25 to 30% of the soil are considered calcareous. Calcareous soil contains high level of calcium carbonate that affect soil properties related to plant growth, such as water retention. It has a low water retention, but higher than sandy soil. And the availability of the plant nutrition is low. There is a problem here in plant nutrition because most element, as you will know, that became unavailable for plant when it it fall into the soil system. Calcareous soil or soil calcium carbonate in general content varies from 0 to 90% on soil, on earth, land. You may find undetectable calcium carbonate content to a percentage equal to 95%. When the total calcium carbonate percentage is more than 10%, the soil is then defined as calcareous. So why 10%? Because at this ratio, the calcium carbonate affects the properties of the plant and also affect the property related to plant growth. This photo show the shape of calcareous soil, but you may in general it looks like these photos. However, you may find clay soil has a high clay and calcareous soil, sand and calcareous soil. I mean sand fraction, sandy soil, but has a percentage of total calcium carbonate more than 10%. It can be considered as calcareous because these percent affect the properties of the soil. In case of good management of this type of soil, you can obtain production and high productivity. But if you follow the scientific behave in your soil management, soil and irrigation management. The most you can easily recognize effervescence, phasing that occur when these soil are treated with diluted acetic acid. So if you put any type of acid to the calcareous soil, you can observe effervescence due to the following reaction. That the reaction is that the acid react with calcium carbonate and produce carbon dioxide, water, and calcium chloride in case you are using HCl. So if you go to the field and you have a diluted acid, if you want to check if this type soil of the soil is calcareous or not, just let the acid in contact with the soil and see if there is effervescence. If then it is calcareous. If no effervescence, then it is not calcareous. According to the, if you observe strong effervescence, then you can predict that there is a high percentage of calcium carbonate and vice versa. The problem of this type of soil, that is the phosphorus is precipitate and it was fixed on the soil and became unavailable for plant, as I will explain for you. Characteristics of calcareous soil. The first calcareous properties is the first character is that in the calcium carbonate after irrigation is dissolved to become calcium hydrogen carbonate, and this type of calcium hydrogen carbonate is dissolved in water and consequently can move into the upper layer of the soil, and when the dryness occurs, this calcium carbonate is precipitate and consolidate to form a hard band and impermeable layer to water. This is called calci layer, which is a secondary accumulation of calcium carbonate, usually calcium carbonate or magnesium carbonate. And it's the calcium carbonate content reach excess or more than 15%. If you look to this photo, you can observe here how hard band forming. Here, after irrigation, the calcium carbonate dissolve in water to in form of calcium hydrogen carbonate or calcium bicarbonate, and here, after the water is dry up, the calcium carbonate hydrogen carbonate is precipitated in the form calcium carbonate and consolidate because its concentration increase to consolidate to produce a hard band like this. If you are irrigating with more excess water, then the hard band may form in a deeper layer, the horizon, at this profile, and this hard band is impermeable. The water is then may accumulate, and the anaerobic condition may be occur to cause problem for plant growth. Okay, then it's a very important problem and cause soil deterioration. How you can manage this problem or face this problem? It's easy, just to make a plowing each year, a deep plowing for 1.5 meter with a strong machine. You can plow this and destroy the layer before it consolidate to become a hard band. So deep plowing is very important on this type of soil each year to prevent hard band formation. Okay, then it's a first characteristics of calcareous soil is forming a hard band. Calcareous soil are alkaline. The next character is that is the soil. Calcareous soil is alkaline soil, and its pH is more than 7.7 and ranges between 7.5 to 8.5, usually 8.3. Why it has a high pH? Because the calcium carbonate with water produce OH, produce calcium bicarbonate, hydrogen carbonate, and OH. As you know, OH led to a high pH, high soil pH. Consequently, this type of soil it has a high pH. Then the second property of this soil is it has a high pH, and these high pH cause a lot of problem with respect to nutrition and filterization, as I will explain. So, symptom of nutrient deficiency in calcareous soil such as chlorosis and short growth is expected. Why? Because there is a problem in the availability of most nutrient applied to this type of soil. This attribute to a high pH of the soil solution and reduce nutrient availability. Improved nutrition management is required to grow crops successfully on calcareous soil. Fertilizer management on calcareous soil differ from that on non-calcareous soil. So here is to make filterization, you should be careful, and you have to understand how to treat with this type of soil and how you can be able to address the nutrient non-bioavailability in calcareous soil. Nutrient availability and chemical reactions that affect the loss of or fixation of some nutrient. The calcium carbonate affect the chemistry of calcareous soil. How? As phosphorus, iron, zinc, magnesium, calcium, potassium, and copper are suffer from non-bioavailability or precipitation on calcareous soil. The availability of phosphorus is reduced by the level of calcium and magnesium that are associated with carbonate. Calcium and magnesium associated with bicarbonate and precipitate as a calcium carbonate. Furthermore, iron, zinc, and magnesium deficiency are common in this type of soil due to reduce its solubility at alkaline condition. Soil properties control calcareous soil properties control dynamics of phosphorus because it is precipitate as a calcium phosphate, calcium phosphate. Phosphorus is primary nutrient and it is required to maintain the optimum supply of the plant growth. This type of soil, due to alkaline condition, the phosphorus are gained with calcium to produce calcium phosphate, which precipitate and has a low solubility. So we have now a problem in most nutrient in calcareous soil. Phosphorus precipitate as calcium phosphate, while copper, zinc, etc. are precipitate as a copper carbonate. Okay, this is the most characteristics of calcareous soil. In addition to that,